All right. Black Barn Social Club. I have just put on all 5 of these jackets and talked for 25 minutes to a phone to a camera that was not recording. So we're going to do this twice, and hopefully you'll get the benefit of me shortening that up and getting to the point faster. Deck Jacket Showdown, you guys have asked a question. I've got 5 deck jackets behind me, or at least 5 deck jacket styled jackets. Some of them call them an N-1 deck jacket, but I think some of these are a stretch. I mean, it's an inspired jacket. A few people have been saying, hey, prior to Black Friday or prior to this winter, can you show us everything you got? That way we can decide what we like the most. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to watch this video back, and I'm going to decide which of these things I need to sell, because 5 deck jackets in Tennessee is insanity. I am a redneck, so I will use terms like colder than dog balls, polar vortex, and just a good. I don't think Tennessee has 3-season winters. We have cool nights, we have colder than dog balls and polar vortex moments, and then we have milder spring mornings and things like that. So having 5 ridiculously thick deck jackets, probably not smart on my part. But what it does give me the chance to do is tell you guys about some of these things. It gave me a chance to try a few of them and pick my favorite. And like I said, so after I'm watching this with you guys, I'll decide later, and then we'll go from there. In order of procurement, in order that I bought them, this is the Ironheart, Whipcord, and Khaki. You guys remember the video. I had bought one too big. It was olive drab. I bought one too big, sized down appropriately. I could probably size down to a large. This is an extra large, but it is what it is at this point. It's the second one. It's probably going to stay. Things about this N-1 from Ironheart. One, it's stupid thick. It is stupid thick. The Whipcord. This is not the oiled one, but this is just a Whipcord jacket. It's ridiculous. Alpaca full body lining and quilted nylon sleeves. So very cool on the sleeves. You could wear this with a t-shirt like I'm doing now, and it won't bother you. Extra things like, the cuff inside here, longer sleeves. I think the new year model is starting to shorten their sleeves a bit. You do have an extra closure and buttons there, so you can draw that up a little bit. Alpaca lined collar with some stitching there that kind of makes that cool. You'll see that on the authentic stuff. And then what do they call that? A button closure around the shawl. Inside, you got a pretty nice pocket there for important stuff. A YKK zipper that's got teeth as big as a horse, but it makes it nice to zip. And buttons over the front, so you do get that double closure there. One of my favorite things, and I've said it before, that I like about this jacket, I like the exposed pockets. I just think that's cool. And in this case, they line the inside of the pocket with alpaca. So and that is a nicer touch than one of the ones I'm going to show you in just a minute. As far as that goes, this is just one of those insanely warm jackets. So again, it's stylish. It's the most brand recognized, iteration of this. And it's probably the most period correct, or in terms of what I've got here. Just love this jacket. This was one of those things that I was, heavy pull loop here or hanging loop. It's one of those things I just sought after forever, and finally convinced myself that it was worth doing. Next, I think I got this waxed Nautilus jacket from Iron and Resin. Iron and Resin is a California-based company. Now, again, probably imported some of these goods, or this may be made somewhere else. I'm not sure if it'll tell me, but I do like iron and resin. This is more of an affordable, attainable alternative. In this case, it's more of a styled jacket. It's not, you won't see the extra button closures. You won't see the shawl, the collar closure. But in this case, you do have, the stitching that says deck jacket. You do have a alpaca lined collar. It goes to an imported, or I'm sorry, not an imported, but what do they call it? The material on the lining. Let's see. Fur collar is 100% lamb leather. Body lining is 100% polyester, and the sleeves is polyester. So they do save you a little bit of money, save you a little bit of bulk, but with this waxed Nautilus, dear God, it's warm. I mean, this is a sportier looking jacket just because it took away some of the military touches. In this case, they've got some of that cool stitching that you saw on the back of the collar, down the snap closure flap. These are Talon zippers. They are still just as meaty and nice, but they do button over or snap over. So you get the double closure. You still get a shorter sleeve in this case, but you still get the elastic ribbed cuff underneath. And again, not the exposed pockets, but you get a pocket, like a cotton soft lining. One pocket on this side, two pockets over here. And again, iron and resin just makes cool stuff. They really do. You guys have seen a couple of the other posts that I've made. I've been buying from them for a while, and now I've just gotten into some of their leather stuff. So anyway, this is a great. You can usually get them on sale somewhere in the, $270, $280 to $350 range, but at half the money as an Ironheart, with a lot of the same look, and I can honestly attribute or attest, I should say, the same warmth as that Ironheart. So just ultra heavy. I don't know how much. Again, I don't know how many times I can say this, but Tennessee just doesn't let you wear stuff like this very much. You do get to a point where you are, where am I going next? You do get to a point where it's just too much jacket to wear all the time. Next, we've got the Freenote cloth. Now, Freenote cloth, this is a large, and I think the reason why I got this is, one, I had heard all kinds of good stuff about Freenote. They make nice pants. They're Southern California based. They make nice stuff. They put their spin on it. You'll see a lot of similarities between this and the Ironheart, but it's more of a tailored specialty line of clothes. So in this case, the same alpaca lining, the same whipcord, the same color as that Ironheart. They do have the button snap closure on the collar. What they do have the visible pockets, the visible button strap there to get you a tighter waist. No hook, just a leather patch inside. And this one probably fits me a little bit better than the Ironheart. It fits a little bit sportier, a little bit closer to me, and it's probably because it's a large, and I bought that one. I'm pointing all over the place. I did buy that one first at a bigger weight. This one does not have a second flap. This is zipper only, universal zipper. Just a crazy, easy to zip, easy to put on, unlined pocket, but it still has that style, that look. It's just unlined. It's whipcord through and through. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a fantastic coat. In terms of cold hardiness, Yeah, I mean, all three of the ones I just showed you, the Ironheart, the Wax Nautilus from Iron and Resin, and now the Freenote cloth. All of these are polar vortex friendly and would take you well into colder than dog balls territory. It's just, I guess it's just a style thing. Which one are you after? Maybe it's a cost thing. I mean, these Freenote cloths, I think they start at somewhere around $900. I get them used. I just don't pay new money for stuff like that. So that is your Freenote cloth. A few, like I said, just a few details missing, but other than that, pretty incredible jacket. Started wearing black stuff, black boots, black belts, and I needed black jackets. And then I stumbled across this one from Ironheart. Everything about the other jacket, this jacket is, I'll just call this one a middleweight. So Whipcord, same exterior shell, same exterior features with the closures on the sleeves, on the sides, on the collar. So all the styling, the button flap, the heavy YKK zipper, the same internals. The only difference is this is more of a fleece lined coat. So that's why I say it's a middleweight. The inside of the sleeves are that quilted polyester or whatever. And this one is another one of those that I say just fits a little bit sportier. It's the same size as that one, but I feel like it fits better. So I don't know why. I don't know if that's just an inconsistency from Ironheart. I find that hard to believe because they are damn near bulletproof in how they just nail. Ironheart's the most difficult brand to find your fit and feel, just because the Japanese sizing versus American sizing and whatnot. But again, trust their measurements online. Know your measurements and trust theirs. So this one has the style. It has the look. This one does not have lined pockets, so it's more like the Freenote cloth in that respect. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted a black or a charcoal, I'm sure this will fade over time to more charcoal, but really like this coat and like the fact that it will get you somewhere between cold evenings to colder than dog balls. It's somewhere in the middle, which makes it a good coat to have. Last one, and I hope this records. So, last one. I don't even know why I went looking for this, but I am so glad I did. I wanted something that had that style, but wasn't as thick. I wasn't ready to buy another Ironheart. I know they're making their lightweight one now with that Bedford collar, but I don't think I want to go that route. But I did want a lighter weight. And like I said, in Tennessee, if you're going to get a coat or use of a coat over 4 months, it needs to be something that can keep the, you could layer, and in some of these cases, these heavier ones, you can't afford to layer much because we just don't have the cold weather. This is a Tellason. Tellason's another California brand. They make denim, they make pants, they make chore coats and all that kind of stuff. This particular one is a Todd Blubaugh collab. Now, I had to look that up, but now I'm a fan, and I'm just a big fan of this coat. First things first, this reminds me of my childhood. It's an imitation lining, and I'm okay with that. It's got the piled look, no different than that Iron and Resin, but I did like the color more. This is a black Japanese denim. You can see the Selvedge ID and the Selvedge details in this coat. Again, they've got a proprietary pocket here, so you got a deep pocket all the way down that side, and then another pocket there, and again, another Selvedge, I hope you can see that, another Selvedge detail just to show off. So both the zipper inside placards have that Selvedge detail. Biggest reason why I like this, I mean, one, I kind of think it's cool because of the denim, and knowing that denim and the fades, knowing what that'll bring or more of, I just love that. 2, this is a medium. So you can already tell, I mean, I've worn an extra large, I've worn a large, and I've worn a medium now, and they all kind of fit the same. So that's another, I don't know, it's another testimony to knowing the sizes and trust their measurements, because in this case, I trusted their measurements and it fits like it should. YKK zipper, just as big, just as meaty, just as good. Hear that? Cooler thing about this one, the pocket, the flap for it, it's just got these trucker jacket type snaps, which again is what you'd expect from a denim jacket. I love the hardware, love the way it looks. I love the fade in the denim, and it gives me again, this gives me a 4-month jacket in Tennessee. So I am really tickled with how this looks. I mean, I'm loving this coat. So this is the one when somebody told me, one of you guys had asked the question, said, which one would you keep? And if I'm being honest, this is the first one I said I'd keep. So even though there's more name recognition with some of these others, and it's competing against a black Ironheart, if, you know, I'm being honest, I mean, the one I'm keeping is the one I can wear more, and the one I feel more comfortable in. So this one just happened to be the first one that came out of my mouth. Now, I've still got some decisions to make, and I told y'all that at the beginning of the video. I've got decisions to make because I don't need 5 deck jackets. And quite honestly, I've got jackets everywhere. I've got, you know, for different styles. So don't just take into consideration like boots and everything else. There's a type of clothing that you wear for certain type things. And for me, this is one of my favorite styles of something to wear, but, you know, do I need 5? So you guys be blessed. I hope that answers for you folks out there that wanted to know a little bit more about the N-1 deck jackets. Hope that give you a few details for your shopping pleasure or whatever. I do have a link to the, not a link necessarily, but I do have a link in my bio to Iron and Resin. So anything you buy through that link, I do get a little bit, full disclosure. It's not enough to send my kids to college. It's not even enough to buy another coat, but it does help. So that's if you decide to go Iron and Resin. Everything else, and even that jacket, I bought myself. So these are all my opinions. So hope you enjoy it. Talk soon. Y'all be blessed.